The heavyweight division in boxing is currently one of the most exciting, especially with the ongoing developments surrounding Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. As the two fighters prepare for their much-anticipated rematch in December 2023, the World Boxing Council, WBC, has offered a clear stance on how they would handle the winner of this fight. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has made it clear that the governing body would support a second undisputed heavyweight world title fight between the victor of Usyk vs. Fury and IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois, and would not obstruct the progression of that fight. This significant stance highlights the WBC's commitment to promoting unification and supporting the pursuit of undisputed champions in the sport. Oleksandr Usyk made history in May 2023 by becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He had already held the WBA, IBF, and WBO titles, and after defeating Tyson Fury, the WBC champion, he unified all four major world championships in a monumental achievement. However, Usyk's reign as the undisputed champion was brief. His tenure as the undisputed champion was interrupted when he was unable to defend his IBF title due to his commitment to a rematch with Tyson Fury, scheduled for December 21, 2023. This meant that Usyk could not meet the mandatory defense requirements set by the IBF, and as a result, Daniel Dubois, the interim IBF champion, was upgraded to the full title holder. The postponement of Usyk's mandatory IBF defense has had a ripple effect on the heavyweight division, but it also creates an intriguing scenario for the winner of the Usyk vs. Fury rematch. After the rematch, there could be a window of opportunity for the winner to face Dubois in a fight to reclaim the undisputed heavyweight title. This potential fight, which would take place in 2025, would pit the winner of Usyk vs. Fury against the reigning IBF champion, Dubois, to determine who truly rules the heavyweight division. The WBC has long been a proponent of unification and undisputed championships. President Mauricio Suleiman has made it clear that the WBC would not impose a mandatory defense requirement on the winner of the Usyk vs. Fury rematch. The reasoning behind this decision is simple. There are few fights in boxing as compelling as an undisputed championship fight in the heavyweight division. The WBC has consistently supported efforts to create the biggest possible fights in boxing, particularly when it comes to the heavyweight title, and they are keen on not disrupting the momentum of the division by forcing a mandatory title defense too soon after a major unification clash. Suleiman has emphasized that the role of the WBC is to facilitate the best possible matchups in boxing, and a second undisputed fight for the heavyweight division would undoubtedly be one of the most sensational bouts in recent memory. We are not promoters, so we cannot promote fights. We have been, as the WBC, extremely supportive of unification fights and undisputed champions, Suleiman stated. His comments reflect the WBC's stance on prioritizing unification and championship bouts that define the landscape of the division. The idea of a second undisputed heavyweight world title fight between the winner of Usyk vs. Fury and Daniel Dubois is one that boxing fans would eagerly anticipate. Not only would it decide who the true heavyweight champion is, but it would also be a historic moment for the sport, as it would determine the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis in 2000. The stakes are incredibly high, and the WBC's commitment to supporting such a fight further solidifies the importance of this upcoming rematch between Usyk and Fury. For Tyson Fury, the rematch with Usyk is of paramount importance. While the first fight in May 2023 saw Usyk emerge victorious, Fury remains one of the most skilled and dominant heavyweights in the world. The rematch offers Fury the opportunity to reclaim his WBC heavyweight title and potentially re-establish himself as the undisputed king of the division. If Fury wins, he would once again hold all four major heavyweight titles and solidify his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of his generation. On the other hand, Usyk's chances of making history with another undisputed run are very much alive. Despite his brief reign as the undisputed heavyweight champion, Usyk remains a formidable opponent with an impressive skill set and a technical style that sets him apart from other heavyweights. The Ukrainian boxer is known for his ability to outclass opponents with his footwork, speed, and boxing IQ, and he will be looking to prove that his victory over Fury was no fluke. A second win over Fury would further cement Usyk's place as one of the greatest fighters of his era. While all eyes are on the Usyk-Fury rematch, Daniel Dubois is quietly positioning himself as a major player in the heavyweight division. Dubois, who is the current IBF heavyweight champion, has already shown his worth by defeating Anthony Joshua in his last bout. Dubois has quickly established himself as one of the top heavyweights in the world, and his position as the IBF champion makes him a key figure in the conversation about undisputed heavyweight supremacy. While Usyk and Fury prepare to clash once again, Dubois is looking ahead to the opportunity of facing the winner in a blockbuster showdown. Mauricio Sulaiman has been a vocal advocate for the promotion of major fights in boxing, particularly when it comes to heavyweight unification bouts. He noted that the WBC was instrumental in trying to make several high-profile heavyweight fights, including Deontay Wilder vs. Anthony Joshua for the undisputed title, as well as Fury vs. Joshua and Fury vs. Usyk. While these matchups didn't materialize as quickly as many fans had hoped, the WBC's continued commitment to the idea of undisputed champions remains clear. The organization understands that the heavyweight division is the crown jewel of boxing, and they are focused on ensuring that the best possible matchups take place in the coming years. "We were always trying to make Wilder against Joshua for the undisputed at one time, then Fury against Joshua, then Fury against Usyk," Sulaiman explained. "It took a long time. Dillian White was the last mandatory. After that came very big fights, which the WBC decided that there were no greater challengers than the ones that were taking place." The WBC president has emphasized that the ultimate goal is not just to have a mandatory contender fight for the sake of fulfilling obligations, but to allow the top-ranked fighters in the division to face each other in meaningful, high-stakes contests. With Usyk, Fury, and Dubois all at the top of the heavyweight rankings, the stage is set for a historic series of bouts that could shape the future of the sport for years to come. Sulaiman's vision for the heavyweight division reflects a desire to maintain its prestige and to ensure that the best fights take place without unnecessary interference from mandatory defense requirements. The potential bout between the winner of Usyk vs. Fury and Dubois would be a massive event. Not only would it unify the entire heavyweight division, but it would also give Dubois the chance to prove himself against the best of the best. If he can defeat the winner of the rematch, Dubois would solidify his own place in history as one of the most dominant heavyweights of his time. His aggressive fighting style and punching power would present a significant challenge to either Usyk or Fury, and boxing fans are eager to see how he would match up against the elite of the division. As the Usyk vs. Fury rematch approaches, the WBC's support for a potential undisputed heavyweight world title fight between the winner and Daniel Dubois is a welcome development for boxing fans. The organization's decision to refrain from imposing an immediate mandatory defense reflects a long-standing commitment to promoting the best possible matchups in the sport. The heavyweight division is on the brink of witnessing some truly historic moments, and the WBC's stance ensures that the focus remains on creating the biggest and most meaningful fights for the fans. With Usyk, Fury, and Dubois all vying for supremacy, the future of the heavyweight division looks incredibly exciting.